Hello, I'm Dr. Gareth Moore and I'm a puzzle and brain training author, but in this video I'm going to be solving Exit the Game, the Advent Calendar day 10, I hope. So let's start as always by having a look at the story for today. I'll get rid of the hints and solutions and hope I don't need those, and let's turn to day 10. Oh look, that seems to be a short one for today, so maybe we will read it all out. Let's have a look. The next room you enter is a large hall. Tons of already wrapped gifts arrive here on conveyor belts, where a machine finishes them off with beautiful polka dot bows. A huge mountain of already wrapped packages is waiting to be packed onto the Christmas sleigh. In recent years, you have often volunteered yourself as a willing helper for sled loading duty. You find this work really fun. There's something playful about stacking the presents so skillfully that there are no gaps anywhere, and so that nothing sticks out over the edge either. Okay, so presumably that's describing what we need to be doing today in some way. But at this moment, of course, you can't even think about fun and games in this room, which is usually so lively. You feel the oppressive silence growing stronger and constricting your throat. Oh my goodness. The machines and conveyor belts seem to have stopped working after the storm, and everything is at a standstill. You look around helplessly and discover 3 wish lists that seem to have been carelessly left on the floor. So without looking in the room, I'm guessing we're creating 3 separate sets of presents that make the shapes of 3 numbers. Could be 100% wrong, because each day we need to put a 3-digit code into our decoder and then look at a series of movements to find out where we are for our next unlabelled door for day 11. Right, turn the page. Ooh, turn the page. I didn't read that yet. Open door 10, behind which there'll be 3 riddle cards and 9 strange items, gifts. But what is on the back of here? Ooh, it's a sleigh, and this is where we need to stack the presents. Okay, so I need to be making sure I've paid attention to those rules probably. Well, perhaps the detail of what we need to do will become clear when we look in the calendar. So yesterday we discovered that day 10 was here at the bottom. So let's jump in and open door 10, which I had already slightly opened with my thumb by accident. Oh, there's some dominoes here. And then we are expecting... Oh, something came flying out. Ah, it's one of the people who was in this door here. Must have got jumped across on the calendar. Right, okay. So, nothing else in that I can see, no. We have, these press out. Ah, these are the presents. Presumably we need to be fitting into that sleigh. And then here are our 3 riddle cards. Let's see what they've got to say for themselves. Ooh. So we are fine, yes. We're facing 3 sets of presents onto the sleigh, aren't we? And then each of these colours, yellow, red, blue, corresponds to one of the numbers that we'll be putting into the decoder, because each strip is a different colour, red, yellow or blue. So, dear Santa Claus, I would really like these toys. Yours, Kim. And they want a frog, a snake, and a go-kart. To Santa, or a car of some sort. To Santa, I'd like all of these, with an E crossed out, presumably just for fun. Lots of love, Emily. She wants a chessboard, a candy cane, and a harmonica. And then over here, dear Father Christmas, this is my Christmas wish list. All the best, Ben. It's very chipper. So he wants a train with a carriage, a sword, and an ambulance. There we go. Right, so... what we haven't done yet is look in the rooms. Let's do that next, in case there's something important in here. So, this is the loading room, I presume. On the floor it says, welcome to the bow tying department. Okay, that's quite fun. Over here we just see some more presents. On the right of the room, there's the sleigh that we're going to be loading. Nothing. So the room itself seems fairly irrelevant, I think. Yeah, so I don't think we need the room itself, so let's focus on the sleigh for now. Right, so here's the sleigh, and these are the 3 sets of cards, the 3 sets of presents we need to put into it. And then also here are the actual gifts, I assume. So these press out. There are quite a lot. Well, how do I know what they are? Do they say on them what they are? Ah, I may not have thought this through fully yet. But anyway, I've got various shapes that are clearly not all going to simultaneously, I assume, fit into the sleigh. No, there's far too many pieces. Those 3 gifts alone fill up the whole sleigh. Oh, now, does it matter that they're in 3 groups of 3? Do those 3 presents together? They can't actually fill the... I think it's pretty clear that these presents alone can't completely fill the sleigh. Do we need to fill the sleigh? I better go back and read instructions again. But what's going on with the bows? So he's got blue bows. So do I need to place all the cards? Place all the pieces so I only see blue bows? I was assuming... I should have looked at this first, but I was assuming that there would be pictures of the toys set on them, and for each one I would have to fit that set of toys into the sleigh so it followed the rules. Alright, so I guess if these pieces needed to be kept separate by the fold of the card they were on, that they would be labelled in some way. Because otherwise that would be an immediate disaster, wouldn't it? If you pressed them all out together and needed to have information that was not marked on them. So that doesn't make sense. So, okay, so perhaps only certain pieces will fit in the sleigh. And then once I've done that, the other colours, each of the colours will make a number somehow. That's not going to be possible, is it? Because there were too few squares. Maybe that's true. Where do the bows come in? What's the point of these cards? Okay, so that can't be correct, because where are these coming in? And why have I got 3 presents on each one? That must be relevant, surely. Am I missing something? Right, so it may be the case that only certain pieces will fit in here, with it being fully loaded with presents, perhaps. For example, we could do this. And this. And then we have loaded it. And then we could be counting the number of yellows, and counting the number of blues, and counting the number of reds. It seems unlikely that would be a unique solution. For example, how else would we do it? If I can find another solution, it's not unique, by definition. I don't know 3 pieces that follow a bend. Yeah, okay, so that is definitely not unique, because I could do that as well. So there are multiple ways of placing the pieces into the sleigh so that all of the squares are covered. So that's not sufficient in itself. I realise exactly what's going on here. The secret, and so much as me understanding it, is the snake, which is very much in the shape of this piece, isn't it? So I'm just finding the pieces that are the shapes of these, and the fact they've placed it on square paper was clearly trying to, it's very specifically placed on square paper to motivate that. So for the yellow one, I need to place these on here, and I'm presuming I count the number of yellow bows. So then I'm looking for the frog, which fills 3 and then 1 square, and this way round. For the go-kart, which is the T, it's 3 and 1. So I'm putting these, by the way, is this the same on both sides? Yes. So I'm putting these in here, and then I'm counting the number of yellow bows, I think, to find the yellow. But that is not correct, is it? Because they're not going to fit. Let's start with this piece as it's most constrained. Oh, no, I was thinking I didn't have to... I obviously have to flip this over. There we go. It's not possible to complete it otherwise, I don't think. So there we go. There are 5 yellow bows. So let's put 5 in our decoder table for yellow. Now, time to deal with the red card. So let's get rid of those. And because all the toys are different, right? Maybe there are 9 of these things. So I've got the square, and I've got this one here, which is the candy cane, and then this one is a 4 long straight. So these have to go in. And I'm guessing it goes like... Oh, hello. This is the hardest to place, isn't it? Well, I guess I'm going to have to rotate that as well. It's going to have to go like that, isn't it? By rotate, I actually mean flip over, not rotate at all. So let's count the number of reds. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think 4. Let's not lose our 5 in the yellows, but 4 for the red. And then we've used those. And we've got 3 toys packages left over. I see. So what we were doing, in principle, is identifying which toys were in which wrapped packet. So the train is clearly this one. I say clearly, let's just check. No, that's completely wrong. The train is this one because it's 4 and then 1 up. And then this is the sword because it's 3 wide, and this is the ambulance because it is a box of 2x2 with a 1 sticking out. Right. So that is clearly not correct. No, wait, it is correct. I just got to flip that. It's not correct without flipping a piece. Does flipping them change the colours when it isn't symmetrical? No, it doesn't actually. Right. So we have how many blues? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 blues. So I think the answer to our puzzle will be 4, 4, 5. Okay, so here's our door for day 10, and then we have our decoder card. We've now put 4, 4, 5 into, and then we follow the directions to find our door for tomorrow, and I can see this is disastrously wrong. And that tells us to go up left, and that's off the calendar. How is that wrong? I counted the number of bows on each one. We're supposed to do something other than count the number of bows? Did I not assemble those correctly? It does say in the door that it is the bow tie department, bow tying department, but we have loads of ready tied bows. They've got dots on. They have got dots on. Oh, I did not look at that. Oh, interesting. I did not pay any attention to that. I wonder if we are joining dots. Are they all like that? Have they all got different numbers of dots on? All the red ones got... Oh, they do, look. That red one's got 3 dots. This red one's got 2 dots. Okay, well, I guess I'm reassembling those, sticking them together and drawing on them. Well, the advantage of recording stuff is that I can go back and check my solution puzzle and don't have to bother working everything out again. Not that it was particularly complex once I finally understood what I was doing. In fact, it seems that the pieces are more or less in the same positions on my desk. Right, so there are the yellow bows, and they definitely have different numbers of dots on. So I get my marker and I start on the 1 dot, and I draw to the 2 dot bow here. Then I draw to the 3 dot bow here. It's super neat, as you can see. And then I draw to the 4 dot bow, which is here. And then I draw to the 5 dot bow here. Then we have a 2? Must be a 2, mustn't it? What else could it be? So yellow is 2. Right. Oh, interestingly, I could rotate the square, but this is for red, right? Yep, the square is for red. Interesting, I can rotate it, but it stays in the middle where the dot is. Right, so I've got 1 here, and it goes to 2 up above. I'm surprised I didn't see those dots to start with, actually. I was focused so much on the shapes and not paying attention to anything else, and then that must be 4, yes. So that must be a 1, right? Can't be a 7. It's got to be a 1. Okay, so red is 1. Put 1 into the red decoder. Right, so I'm joining the blue ones here. And where is 1? Actually, it's quite dark on my desk. I can see on the camera just fine. But not on my desk, I can't see at all. So it goes up here to there, and then where's 3? Okay, it's going to be a 4, isn't it? And then it comes across to here to make a 4, which I've not drawn particularly neatly, but I think you can see it's a 4. Well, you could until I did that. 4. So, oh, I've already got the blue on 4 because I had 4 the first time around because there are 4 blue bow ties. Right, so, second time lucky, that well-known expression. So we're starting over here with door 10, and we are finding where our door for tomorrow is going to be. So we're going right, and then we're going upright to here. Then we're going up left to here, and we should see hexagon, star, Y. And mercifully, this time we did. There we go. So I can write 11 on here, because that's where we're going to be opening the calendar tomorrow. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. That was quite an involved puzzle, I think, actually. The fact that there were no red herrings in the room and there was very little extra flavour text that wasn't necessary for the puzzle, I think really helps maintain the focus on that, because otherwise there's quite a few things to work out and you could easily get lost going down some red herring path. So yeah, actually I think a really nice little puzzle there. Excellent. Creative as ever. And if you'd like to see some more of Exit's brand of creativity, then you can check out some of my videos that will appear at the end of this video, where I will link across to the other advent calendars I've solved in the past from Exit, as well as some of the Exit boxes I've solved from them. They're full-size ones, not the advent calendars. Although, to be honest, there's far more in an advent calendar there isn't in a regular Exit box, I guess, because there are at least 24 puzzles in this, whereas you typically get 10 or so, I reckon, in a typical Exit box. Well, anyway, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do. It's free and it makes it easier to find my future videos. And talking of which, if you wouldn't mind liking this video, I'd appreciate it. And also, if you have a comment, please leave a comment. I'd love to know what you thought of this puzzle. If you've tried it yourself, how did you get on? I'd love to know, I really would. But otherwise, pretty much all that remains for me to say is, until I see you in a future video, hopefully, take care and goodbye.